Hello, Yazzers. It's Douglas Webster here from Ice Dance International, and I am delighted to be a judge for your final challenge. Congratulations to all of you for making it through. The biggest part of this competition, from my perspective, is that you are not about winning, but about accomplishing your tasks and being given these opportunities to explore your own creativity and choreographic process. So just to get here, congratulations. This challenge is called Both and my understanding was to dive into the complexities of juxtaposed emotional landscapes, meaning contrasting emotions. My perspective in judging was to really look at the theater of this piece, but also to see how your skating choreography elevated that theater with skating at its core. Really trying to explore the emotional life of the piece that you were trying to convey, and how you did that through what your objectives were, who your audience was intended to be in terms of the theater, and then the actions that you chose to explore in your piece of how to create that objective and also the feelings. So I'm going to start with the winner first. My winner, who had the most clear piece to me, was Riona. So congratulations, Riona. I gave you 13 stars. I was clear that you're exploring joy and sorrow, and that it was okay to feel both deeply. So I was really looking for that. I loved the music video vibe of the piece. I loved the way that you really showcased the emotions of the piece, and it was very clear to me what this story was. I loved the beginning. I loved some of the playful ways that you engaged with the fellow skaters. I thought there was a good use of skating and moving across the ice in an expansive way. I love the way that you were dragged into the lift, into the butterfly. Some of these things were really fun to watch. But most of all, I felt like you were able to convey the complexities of the emotions and how you were affected by them, and that they were happening to you. And I think that was what was so clear to me, was that there was these two opposing forces, and that you were the one that was being tossed about between them, so to speak. So congratulations. I thought you did a good job. And for many of the same reasons, I gave Meryl second place with 12 stars, who was exploring grief and love and the acceptance of both. Again, I thought that you set up the piece in a similar way to Riona, but just didn't have the skating language underneath of it. But in terms of the theater, it was very clear to me that there was these two opposing forces, complicated exchanges of energies, tired of the grief. I saw that very clearly. I would have loved to see more skill in the choreographic skating opportunities. I love the lift. I have written here being carried by two. I thought that was nice. And I thought your final moment was really great, that you were accepting both grief and sorrow. So again, from a theatrical perspective, I thought it was really clear what you were doing. So congratulations for your second place. Vlad, I gave you third place with 11.5 stars. My understanding was that you were exploring courage and fear and the vulnerability to be both brave and afraid. I really loved the beginning. It was very sinister to me, the energy behind the full cover, which I'm clear was fear. But there were so many places in this program that I thought you could have explored, really establishing what those emotions were through the skating. Like in my video is at 11.8, 11:18. I just wanted you to move out and show this creative, expansive way of showing courage. I thought courage could have been explored so much through expansive, explosive ways of skating that were, really moving across the ice. And then again, like from 12:07 to 12:45, which is a long time, you stayed in place. Sometimes I felt like, and this happens a lot, I think, in YAS challenges to me, that people get too focused on the camera and like staying in place to do sort of dance block kind of stuff. And in your piece, I really did want you to move out more. I felt confused by the story. I'm just reading my notes. I think that, like I said, courage could have been displayed by the freedom and the expansive energy of skating and all of you together across the ice, breaking through, and then the vulnerability of fear, and how those two things. So I thought your piece was conceptual. I thought it was interesting, but I had to think hard about, really what the story was, and the ending, and the resolve. I didn't feel completely touched or moved by the piece. I thought it was, conceptual, interesting to watch. You're obviously incredibly talented, and exciting to see, your career grow and, continue on. You're a huge talent, so bravo. Jillian had you fourth with 10 stars. With your goal was to align and resist expectations of society, and I didn't see that happening in the piece. I just saw so much of the group moving together and exploring this energy together. I thought it was very internal, the choreography, and I felt like the song choice was a personal narrative, that I wanted to, sometimes have, in my mind as a choreographer, I thought it would have been interesting to actually have choreographed, one person's journey and how that person interplayed with the group in different ways, in terms of aligning with, moving towards a group, and then resisting the group, as opposed to just always being in the group and the group constantly moving together. So I thought the lift was great. And I guess I really wasn't clear who you were talking to in the piece. Who was your audience here in terms of showcasing what you were aligning, resisting with. So I thought you could have done more choreographically, but I did like the ending. I thought that was a cool way to drop off, and but just more clarity in the story. I thought the song choice was so personal and really like a solo that could have been explored with group. But congratulations, well done. Keep on going, and thank you for all you do in New Hampshire and the New England area, of course. Belle, I had you in last with 9 stars. I really didn't understand the contrast of your story. I don't even, even in the opening remarks, you had it was "We Are Done." It was kind of a breakup song, and I didn't really see the complexities of the emotion. I thought the choreography was enjoyable and musical, but I felt like you were all sort of comforting one another, and there was no real juxtaposition of emotional life that was set out in the piece. Even in your ending, how you finished all together, it was almost sort of comforting each other as opposed to moving away from each other and saying, we're done. And so I didn't really get the story, and I didn't really think that it aligned so much with the objective of the competition. I thought it was musical and, a nice skating piece, so to speak. But in terms of the theater and what you were trying to say, I think that it could have gone a lot further with more clarity in the two juxtaposing emotions. So, but thank you all, and please reach out with any questions. My email is douglas@icedanceinternational.org. And especially if you have questions about the career and the path of a choreographer and how you might want to get involved in different ways, I'm happy to support and be in any way advising as I can. So again, thank you to Kate and Garrett and Audrey, of course, for the Young Artist Showcase, and to all of the people that have participated throughout the years. Keep the joy of skating alive and keep that at the core of your work, I hope. And let me know if you have questions, and bravo, take care. And congratulations to whoever wins, and you're all winners to me. So thank you so much. Bye.